innovation and entrepreneurship. Many say that these two words alone have the power to transform the world. And today on the show, we're going to find out exactly how. We are at the felicitation ceremony at the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair. Some may call it an event, some may call it a competition, but I like to call it a celebration, a true celebration of technology, science and mathematics. And today we're going to meet those students who've come up with great ideas and great inventions on the way to change the world.
Meet some of the world's brightest young budding scientists. In May this year, Intel's International Science and Engineering Fair, or ISEF, brought together school students from over 70 countries to showcase their innovations. 18 of India's sharpest minds represented India with their exceptional inventions.
We have India in the house.
Give yourself a minute to feel truly proud here. This year, the highest number of entries were sent from India in the history of the competition, with 12 projects competing at the event.
My project is named as Voice Phonata. It's a project that enables the speech impaired persons who have defect in the larynx but have their lips and tongue movement functioning properly.
This is my dream and I am living it right now.
This global science competition showcases talent from all around the globe, and Indian students this year certainly made their mark.
And when I think about who's going to invent the future, not you or me, it's them.
And here's hoping they make India proud in the years ahead.
We're now with Jaya, someone's project who I found extremely interesting. Jaya, tell us a bit more about your project.
Namaste, I am Jaya Sagar from Manali, Himachal Pradesh. My project is mustard flowers to attract pollinators for better apple crop. I belong to Manali and my family, I belong to an apple grower family, so we have a lot of apple orchards. The quantity and quality of apple crop depends upon the pollination that takes place in an apple orchard. Pollination is the transfer of pollen from one flower to the another. And apple is cross-pollinated and the pollen grains of apples are sticky. So we need insects for that. It cannot be carried away by wind. And the number of pollinators, honeybees and all, is declining rapidly in the Hindu Kush Himalayan region because of deforestation and heavy use of insecticides and pesticides. So we are suffering a great loss on this account. Mustard plant has same flowering period as apple, that is March-April, and it has little bright yellow flowers. And yellow is the favorite color of honeybees. So I have used mustard flowers exactly to attract pollinators, to attract the honeybees and all. And the mustard plant has quite dense flowers, as you can see, and it has a lot of nectar as well. So it provides good porridge to the honeybees as well. So we can sustain the honeybee population as well.
So you're from a family that actually grows apples. So how happy were your parents when you gave them this idea? What did they say?
Actually, when I started this experiment and I told my parents that I want to do this experiment, they say you will be spoiling our trees, 30 of the trees. And I was like, no, I want to do this. And they said, okay, if your experiment, if you're successful, we'll double your pocket money. But if you fail, you won't be getting your pocket money for a year.
Okay.
So I was like, what is this? Don't do this.
What plans now for the future?
In the future, I want to conduct some more experiments like this to get the accurate results. So I'll be using some pollinizer bags, the net bags, to cover the trees and check, the percentage of flowers that are being converted into fruits. Because I guess the weight of the apples and number of apples is not the accurate measure of pollination.
So you think you can do better than this?
Yeah, I will do it, definitely.
Here we are with Ram and Aishwarya, who have a very interesting project. They've managed to create something called as biodegradable cups. Let us talk to them about their project. Ram, tell us something about it.
Well, our project is on biodegradable paper cups. Our main aim was to make biodegradable paper cups because the present cups are coated with polyethylene or wax, which are not biodegradable. So it's causing a lot of landfills, as you can see. So now we coated paper with bioplastic, which is a mixture of any vegetable starch, glycerin, vinegar, and water. Afterwards, we just coat it on paper, and we can take it to the factory and make cups. I'll tell you how the bioplastic is made exactly.
Okay, Aishwarya, tell us something about this. How did you start with the project? How did you make the starch that you make?
Okay, so the starch, we actually made the starch from potato. So we extracted the starch and we use starch, water, glycerin, vinegar, and we heat it at a low sim, and then you get this paste, and then you apply it on these templates, and then we take it to the factory for fabrication, and over there, we get cups like that. That's the end result. And we can even reuse these cups by shredding them and coating them with another layer, so that we can make them reusable, and then we can make bags out of it, like after coating another layer.
Okay, so your paper cups are natural. That's what you're saying. So how different are they from the normal paper cups that we get in the market these days?
Okay, the normal paper cups that we get are, as he said, coated with wax or polyethylene. So the wax and polyethylene fuses with the paper, so they're not recyclable, and they don't biodegrade very fast either. So our bioplastic is actually edible. So
what do you mean edible? Did you eat your cups, or what? How do you find that?
No, so the bioplastic, they're coated over the paper, right? Okay. So before coating, the bioplastic is not harmful, so it's edible because it's made out of natural ingredients.
Okay. So, what was your inspiration behind this? How did you think of coming up with something like biodegradable paper cups?
Right now, there's a lot of, what's a major problem, a global hazard, and we wanted to help the environment. So we thought this would be a very good way to help the environment, and it's even cost effective. It's even cheaper than the normal cups.
We're going to show you the students' projects in just a bit, but we're now joined by Mr. Gregory Bryant. How do you think the level of the event and the competition has been this year?
I think it's been great. The scale of the event has really increased, and this year you see the largest group of students representing India, for at least the last 15 years. There was 18 students, kind of 12 key projects that were there, and the results were fantastic. The kids did great, as you know, probably the best showing, I think 13 different awards, best showing in 15 years.
And what do you think about the level of research and detail that has gone into the projects? And these aren't even high school students. One of them is class 6.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to think, of the work that these kids are doing. I mean, helping people without vocal cords speak, and novel ways to help cure cancer, and the biodegradable, alternatives, paper cups and things. So I think the level of research that you see is amazing. It's something that you think it's like university level or professional level, and I think it's just really encouraging to see. So it's pretty amazing.
What else can we do in India to encourage such innovation, or maybe any of these grow up to be future entrepreneurs? What else can we do besides events such as this?
I think, there's two things. Innovation, certainly as we talk to the government, and I think the government support for this event has been amazing. So, hats off to the ministries, and especially Ministry of Science and Technology for this effort. I think that, going forward, we really need to encourage the kids to stay with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics as kind of the foundation to drive innovation in the country. Prime Minister now has been very clear that innovation is really a key to the future of the country, and
it's an important part of the government in the
It is, and this is innovation at the grassroots level, and I think it's one of the finest examples. So I think we're committed to helping scale this and continue to do this in the future.
What hopes from the Indian contingent or team for next year?
Well, I expect even bigger and better things next year. I think every year it seems like it's getting better and better. So I'm hoping for an even better showing, and I'll obviously be incredibly proud and happy to be back here again next year. Yeah.
When you interacted with the students, what were some of your takeaways from this extremely young group, but extremely talented and intelligent group?
Yeah, I think probably my biggest takeaway, I think I have a high level of respect for the effort and the perseverance and determination that goes into doing these projects. A lot of it is not done in the classroom. It requires a lot of extra work. And I think that kind of perseverance and dedication is going to lead to success in the future. And these are real kinds of projects that can have an impact on the world. And I think that's what makes it special and unique.
Great projects and intelligent students. We're going to talk to two boys who made it to the top 17 globally right after the break.
So how did these youngsters make it to an event as huge as ISEF? The first step is to feature your project at the Initiative for Research and Innovation in Science, the national level science fair, in the first category for grades 5 to 8, or the second category that includes grades 9 to 12. This can be done through your school or even online. The projects are then reviewed by scientists and experts.
This is an automatic wheelchair that has been specially designed for people suffering from paralysis. A person can operate this chair using his tongue.
We are feeling nervous, but we are excited to be here.
These winners then progress to the next level, the cutting-edge competition in America. Till 2013, a total of 73 Indian students have won 87 awards at ISEF, competing with more than 60 lakh high school students from across the world. Success here brings awards, scholarships, but that's not all. Each winner gets the opportunity to have a minor planet named after them. Now, isn't that just incredible?
Iris Rock! Iris Rock!
We're with some of the participants of ISEF, and we're going to talk to them a bit about their entire experience and what they think can be done to have such sort of competitions or celebrations, whatever you would like to call it, in India. With us is probably one of the youngest people who entered ISEF. What class are you in?
6th.
And what was your project about?
My project was on tile processors.
Okay, so how was the entire experience for you?
It was very interesting. I came last year.
Okay.
But I did not go to US as I was too young.
Okay. And how old are you now?
Right now, this year I'm 12. Last year I was much younger.
Okay. And could one of you tell me about how much of this do you learn in schools that you could apply in your projects? Is all of this something that you learned in schools?
This technique of research isn't really taught in schools, and I think in order to encourage these kind of competitions and research, some kind of incentives could be given to children in schools. So competitions like ISEF are a great way of doing that, and at the national level in India there's IRIS, which also has the same platform for Indian students. But a lot of it is also sponsored by corporate responsibility, like Intel and Google. They all pool in to do these competitions, and I think organizations in the tech field and in the science and technology industry, they can do a lot to encourage students into this kind of learning and this kind of research.
So if you could just pass the mic along to someone in terms of the research that goes into doing these projects. It's really trained you for the future, for college. But is that something that you learnt in schools? Did your teachers mentor you along? Because such sort of research is very high level. It's very college level, or maybe even like master's or PhD level. So how did you do such research?
We can do this researching with the help of innovation. Actually, in schools we are taught only books and the matter in the books, and actually innovation needs a lot more than that. And for innovation we have to pursue some laboratories, some reputed laboratories, to do some research, and most of them don't allow us in India. So we have to change the pattern of our research, and for research it also needs that we have some curiosity towards the education system. And to arise that, I think that India can make some big steps towards it. And for such competitions, we can organize some competitions to do that and encourage some students. And Indian students have demands in the foreign countries also. And Indian minds are meant for innovation only, and I think that. I think that. And actually we can arise that innovation in them and curiosity so that they can do well in their futures.
When you went to the US and you saw all these different projects, did you have different ideas that, oh, I could have done this, or maybe I should have added this? Were you inspired by the amount of different people there with their projects?
Yeah, I got inspired after this, that I saw many of the projects. About 1,700 people were there from around the world and about over 80 countries. And I saw that they have done a lot of research in their fields, and I think that my project was not of their class. I thought that I am one of the backseat students of the microbiology class, and I think that I have not done anything.
I'm sure you aren't. That's why you're here.
Yeah. And I got inspired by that I can try this again and try to do something more than that I can change the world actually.
One final question. What do you think we can do to encourage such sort of projects, research and innovation in India? Anybody? Yeah, go ahead.
One major step that we can take is to encourage students to learn beyond their textbooks, go beyond their textbooks. There are many online courses that are available for students. These courses are offered by many universities as well. So students can pursue those courses online, which are mostly free of cost. Then these courses encourage students to think beyond their textbooks. And in this way, they can develop new ideas, go and do some sort of innovative research, and again, this is one way in which we can get more innovative projects.
So those were some of the students who have these amazing projects and had a great trip to the US. Simar is now with Abhishek and Daksh, who made it to the top 17 globally, and this is what they had to say.
Here we are with Daksh and Abhishek, who've made it to the top 17 globally. Let's talk to them. So how do you feel, guys? Congratulations. Tell us something about your project.
My project is about controlling a disease called giardiasis, which is severe diarrhea. So I have treated it with Rubus ellipticus. It is the scientific name of a plant known as yellow Himalayan raspberry, which is commonly found in Himalayan region. So I have conducted various experiments to establish the efficacy that this plant can help to cure this severe diarrhea. You can see over here that how many people are all over the world are affected by this parasite. So actually it is a tropical disease. So it is, our India is a tropical country, so many of them are affected by this parasite. So I am here with a very good result of natural solution, that is Rubus ellipticus, the yellow Himalayan raspberry, to treat this disease giardiasis.
Okay, so what's the difference between treating giardiasis scientifically and the natural way that you found it? What's the difference? What was the result like?
Through various experiments we conducted on Giardia intestinalis, we got to know that it has no side effects on our body. It is not only prevalent in humans, but also it is prevalent in beavers, that is known as beaver fever. The severe diarrhea is also known as very, very prevalent in tigers, lions, wild animals, domestic animals like cattle, etc. So we conducted various experiments of various life stages of Giardia intestinalis. So here we are with our project, which is the drug developed by the roots of this plant, yellow Himalayan raspberry, is safe, herbal, natural, cost effective, and also it is having a good efficacy in controlling this disease, giardiasis.
Okay. Daksh, tell us something about your experience. How was your experience? And also what inspired you to come up something like this?
See, first of all, I want to tell that experience is just awesome. I mean, wearing this blazer of Team India, I've seen Bhag Milkha Bhag, and then I got inspired that, see, Milkha Singh is working so hard for this coat. I mean, this blazer is not worth, the thing which is worth is this Team India emblem over it. So I was just so excited. I mean, it's very cool experience when someone comes to you and say, hi, you're from India, and then he or she says that, wow, your project is just awesome. That's the best feeling in this world, I can tell you from my own experience. I mean, so many people, so many bright young minds from all over the world are coming to you to interact with. I mean, it's very good to just interact with them, have some fun with them. I mean, it's just very cool.
Okay. So also, what plans for the future? What is next?
Actually, we won first grand award in animal sciences, best in category, and a trip to China.
Wow.
So basically, the cash award we achieved will be, he will be using in having a jeep, and I will be using it in my education purposes and in my coaching as well, so that I can become a very, very successful person in my life.
Okay. What was your parents' reaction? What did they say about this? What did your friends say about your big trip to America?
My parents were very happy that yes, if I have done very hard work, then I am achieved such a big thing. And my friends were like, "Bhai, tu America ja raha hai?" And that was the feeling, which was just awesome. I mean, your friends are praising you, your parents are like, wow, mera beta kuch kar gaya.
Okay, so what about you, Abhishek?
They were really, really happy by this achievement, and they were like, wow, like in such a small age, in such a tender age, I have done this kind of thing. And my sister also went to ISEF, and my parents is very, very blissful to have that we are having these kinds of children. And my friend's reaction was, wow, wow.
And that's a wrap on the show. Until next time, thank you.